Hello Stampers, Kelly Acheson at stampabove.com coming to you from Menasha, Wisconsin. It is a beautiful day here and I have a beautiful summary card to share with you. This card uses a blocking background technique and I'm going to show you how to do that. And don't you love the Adirondack chair here? A little bit of the wood patterned paper called Wood Textures. I just thought this card came together so well. For our cardstock layers, I am using Rich Razzleberry at 4 1/4 by 11. A piece of our shimmery white cardstock that is 5 by 4 1/4. A piece of the Wood Textures Designer Series paper stack that is 3 by 4. Another piece of shimmery white that is 3 1/2 by 3 1/2. And then I've got a scrap of the Wood Textures and also a scrap of the Rich Razzleberry. Of course, first thing we're going to do here is fold and burnish on our score line. This was scored at 5 1/2. So I've got our base ready to go. And then we can start assembling our card right away. I love, love, love this Wood Textures paper. Super, super pretty. I'll show it to you here in just a second. Have you guys gotten your hands on this yet? It is amazing. Let's see if I can go through one by one. It's probably gonna... Look at this one. Isn't that fun? It's got all different kinds of wood textures in here. I think, nope, that's not the one we're using. Let's get to it here. I should have staggered these. I love the whitewash too. Should have staggered these in here a little bit so they're easier to get to. I think this is the one. It's very rustic looking, right? All of these wood textures are just beautiful. They're great for making masculine cards, but you can see the card we're going to make here today is not masculine at all. So this paper stack is shown on page 187 of the big catalog. All right, we've got this done. Now I'm going to get out my baker's twine. I just felt like my card needed some other little embellishment when I got done with it. So, well, before I actually put it together, I decided to tie this in here, and it kind of goes along with the whole woodsy, vintage, old looking, I think, with the linen thread. I love this linen thread, and I just wrapped this around here about 5 times. You can do that with linen thread. It's really inexpensive. How much do you get on a, let's see, you get 15 yards of it in a pack. And I don't know how much it costs, like $3 or $4. I'll throw that up on the screen after, when I'm editing this video, so you can get that information. But linen thread is just any kind of thread. I love all of our baker's twines, and then this linen thread is just perfect. It's that perfect little embellishment that I needed. I'm just going to tie that in a bow right on the side over there and cut that off. Now don't forget my little trick about curling this a little bit. I love to curl it instead of it having little kinks in it or just kind of hanging there wherever. Just think this little curl adds a lot of appeal also. Well, that one does, there we go. That's a lot of curl. I love curl. Okay, so now we're going to do the technique. I've got a D-size block here. Any block will work, any acrylic block in any size, whatever size you need. But what I did is I took Rich Razzleberry, Bermuda Bay, and Pumpkin Pie. And I'm just going to color on the block with my marker. And you don't have to get it all the way to the edges. That's not important. And then, oops, I'm going to go with Pumpkin Pie next. And then some Bermuda Bay. And it doesn't matter if you kind of run into the other color. You want them to meet. That's the important part. Then I'm going to take one of our Stampin' Spritzers. I love these things. It gives you that very fine mist that most of our techniques require, not globby spots of water, but a fine mist. And I'm just going to spray my block. You don't want to overspray, but you don't want to underspray either. And then we're just gonna stamp it right in the middle, and you can see the color bleeding. You can see where I got more water and less water. And now I like that look. It's very uneven, and that's what I'm going for. Now, if you wanted yours to blend more, you would just spray more water on it. Pick that up, and oh my gosh, I just think that's so pretty. And as I'm kind of getting things ready here, I'll tell you how I came about this color combination. I really wanted a sunset look in the back behind my chair and my branch of flowers, and I wanted a sunset look, but I wanted it to be quick and easy. And so I came up with, I'm like, oh, let's try the block technique. And that's how I got this. And of course it is very quick and easy. So I've applied some dimensionals to the back. Don't forget my little technique about sticking your finger right in the middle of them to help pop up the edges. Cleaned up my whole stamp area last night and put everything away. I still hadn't put stuff away from my June card buffet. I know, I'm so bad, right? But you know, sometimes we just get so busy and there's more important things. Like spending time with my family. Let's see, spend time with my family or clean? Oh, family's always gonna win. Okay, so now we're ready to do the rest of my card. I'm going to take rich raspberry ink. There's only a little bit of stamping on this card. And I'm going to stamp my You Make Me Smile right down here. You might want to stamp that before you put it together in case you don't get a good image. You can turn it over and try again. It's kind of risky of me to do that, but remember, I am a professional. I love saying that. I'm just kidding. Okay, so, oh, I do have a little bit more stamping here. I decided, I'm going to bring my mat in here. I decided to put the branch on the inside of my layer. I just thought that would look really cool. So I'm going to do that right here. And then we've got this little flower stamp here. Let's practice with it first because I haven't used this yet. I'm going just right off the cuff here. Oh my gosh, how pretty is that? I love it. Okay, so I think I'm ready to roll. Let's see if I can do it. I did it, yay! Isn't that just precious? I love it. So these fit right in on this little branch. And we are using the Colorful Seasons bundle. It comes with the seasonal layers thinlits if you order it in a bundle. This is a must-have for every stamper. You've got all 4 seasons in here. I absolutely love this one. So the front of our card says, You Make Me Smile. And the inside is just blank with this branch. And I hope that branch with flowers makes people smile too. Oh, by the way, I use crumb cake for my branch and then rich raspberry for my flowers. Now we've got a little bit of die cutting to do. I am going to cut out the Adirondack chair and then also my flowers so I can run this through the Big Shot all at the same time. I've got kind of a new setup here. So this is a little different to move my camera on you. I hope nobody got dizzy. Oh, we've got some big trucks going by out there. All right, I'm just using the magnetic platform and 2 cutting pads or cutting plates. Okay, everything just kind of pops right out. This cuts out really nicely. I need one more little flower here. And you may need to poke out just a couple little things on these to get them ready. This all pops out really nicely. Woohoo! And again, I could get out my Big Shot die brush, but I'm being lazy because this is not going to take much time. And remember this scrap of the Wood Textures paper? I just need to cut out this branch, this Thinlit set comes with this branch too, so I'm going to cut it right out of the wood paper, which is a great idea, right? Okay, here we go. we go. And it already is wood. So that's kind of fun. All right, all we need to do now is glue everything together. And again, I would get out my little sponge and put some glue on that, but I'm feeling a little lazy. Since I said I was a professional earlier, I should be able to get glue on this without making too big of a mess. What do you think? I'm gonna have to eat my words, right? Yep. Okay. And then I'm just gonna snip this off. And again, if you want to use the sponge and glue technique on here, it's a good idea. And although this isn't a sunset, it does kind of remind me of a sunset in the background, don't you think? And it's super, super easy. I'm just gonna glue my flowers on my branches up here. Now this particular flower I popped up on a dimensional, and I'm just going to take just a tiny little piece here because I don't want to see my dimensionals from the front side of my flower. So I like to cut off tiny little pieces. And our new mini dimensionals are great, but they're actually a little too big for this flower, so I would have to cut them also. But I highly suggest you get some of those because they are handy. And then this flower is going to go right down here by my "You Make Me Smile" words. And then I need a little bit of bling. And I'm just going to, whoops, I didn't get much glue on that one. And last but not least, I think we should decorate the envelope up with a few little flowers here. These look really dark right now because they're rich raspberry, but they will lighten up a little bit as they dry. Okay, you guys, what do you think? Very pretty card with the color block technique. Great summer card, love this. And don't you think that looks like a sunset in the background? A little bit, right? Thanks a lot for stamping with me. If you don't have a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, I'd be happy to earn your business. You can pop me an email at kelly@astampabove.com. Also, head on over to my blog. I'll have all the dimensions and ingredients and clickable links where you can click on any of these products that you might need to order and go right to my Stampin' Up! Store. Add a little sparkle to someone's day. Send them a card.